I want to talk to you about your book, Killing Lincoln, and I want to give everyone just a warning before we talk about this book. If you or your kids read this book, you may indeed fall in love, not with Bill, but with history. This is a remarkable look at this point in history. It reads like a fantastic movie.
We're talking about this, I agree.
It is a day-to-day look at the days of Abraham Lincoln as president, assassination, and how Booth almost got away with it. I could not put it down. I wish history was taught to me this way. You were a history teacher.
Yeah, and that's why I wrote the book for two reasons. Because number one, I'm really teed off that the public school system doesn't teach history anymore, and the kids don't know what they're doing. All right, so I decided to write a history book as in the form of a Grisham novel. Yeah. This is like a John Grisham novel. You pick it up, and going to keep you up at late. Yeah. It's the last 2 months of Lincoln's life, day by day. Boom, 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 boom. Everything's going on. Lincoln, the most hated man in America, the most hated man. All right, South hated him. A lot of people in North hated him. Threats against him all day long. His wife was a loon. He's got crazy stuff going on all around him. Yet he persevered. And then the second reason I wrote it is because we need Abraham Lincoln now in this country.
Well, that's my question.
We're in trouble. This country's in trouble. It's on the decline.
What would he do
and
now?
We need a leader who's going to put the country over himself, knock the ideology off, and do what's best for the country.
Who is that leader?
I don't know yet. I mean, we have to all make an individual decision on that. But if you read about Lincoln, and from what I have in here, you'll know he was the best president ever. He is the gold standard for leadership.
Yes, and look
when
what
Lincoln
happened.
took office, he was a big, strapping guy, over 6 foot, almost a weightlifter build. 4 years later, he's hunched over and is aged 30 years.
Stressful
all right?
job.
Stressful. I mean, the guy was under fire every second, yet he put his country first.
Can I ask you something? Sure. When you watch the Republican debates and you hear the people, whoever they are, yelling, booing the gay soldier, or cheering on the fact that you put somebody to death who's on a gurney because he doesn't have insurance, is that the party of Lincoln?
Look,
Lincoln was a Republican.
I'm not going to get into the party politics because I don't care about that. It's not what I do. I watch them all, and I'm not going to get involved with that. I'm telling you the country's in trouble. We owe $14.5 trillion we can't pay back. Our power's on the decline everywhere.
Give us a solution.
The next president has to get in and demand of all of us sacrifice. We're all going to have to make sacrifices.
But so now I go back to the question I asked before, because the president has demanded sacrifices from everybody, and they don't want. And it just doesn't seem like everybody wants to hear it. So how do we find somebody that everybody likes?
Everybody hates.
Right, everybody hated Lincoln. Well, look, President Obama may be the guy, or the Republican may be the guy. I don't know. But they've got to lead by example. No, the president, it's a top-down situation. The president has to lead, has to level with people.
Do you think he's not? Do you think Obama is far from Lincoln?
I'm not talk about partisan politics here because that's not why I wrote the book.
You're saying what we need, meaning we don't have it. Why would we need something we already have?
Well, we don't have it yet. We don't have the leadership at the top, and in Congress either. And in Congress either.
But it's interesting
that's going to put the country first rather than the ideology and my reelection
first. They wanted to make sacrifices right after 9/11. They weren't asked. Bush did not ask the country to make sacrifices after 9/11. That was the moment to do it.
Get back to Bush bashing, and I think it's boring. I think it's boring.
No, you're a historian. I'm giving you history.
That's right. But if you read. Look, if you guys want to live your life as partisans, go ahead.
But Bill,
that doesn't interest me. It doesn't. I'm talking to both sides.
Okay.
It doesn't interest me. What interests me is problem solving. Lincoln kept this country together for the sheer force of his personality.
But you say
you all need to know what the man did, and he was killed. He knew he was going to be killed. He knew he was going to die.
But you are talking about the fact, even though you say no partisan, what you were saying is that somebody's got to be tough, somebody's got to be strong, and
know they're going to get killed.
And honest. And honest.
Okay, and honest.
What a job description.
No, they're not going to get killed.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Days.
Even though you don't. What?
I'm just saying. It's. I'm sorry, Barbara.
I don't even want to bring that up. But do you know, even though you won't say it, do you know the person who has this? So none at the moment.
Well, I have an open mind, and I try to do that all the time about what's going to happen or who should be in the office. I'm listening to all of them and evaluating, okay? That's what I do. But I also know that Abraham Lincoln is my gold standard, that I want to see somebody who brings that kind of inspiration to the country, and that's why I wrote this book.
Do you believe in Roosevelt, too?
I thought Roosevelt was a great president.